Good. How are you?
Not bad. First few days, fall camp, going into this year after your expanded role last year, has it felt any different?
I mean, every year is a little different. Start of new year. You got some moving pieces, got new guys, different roles. But fall camp's fall camp, and it's time before the season that the pads come back on. So we're all excited about that, and I'm excited about this season, and this is the start now. So it's here.
Can you talk about what it's been like playing in the Kane Warmack defense, entering your second year? Just talk about any adjustments and any new things that you've seen from the defensive side of the ball, stuff like that.
Well, I mean, thing we go by is Swarm D. That's our motto. That's what we go by every day is getting hats to the ball, and that's very important to us. But everybody knows that we play vision, and so that's the way that we create takeaways. And so that's something also is takeaways, and that's what we want to lead the country in takeaways and turnovers, and that's our goal. But I mean, Coach Womack does a good job of you know letting us create plays, giving us the call, and let us go make plays. So.
Can you also talk about what it's been like getting a player like Keon Sabb, getting him back in that room, getting him back on the field right beside you? Can you talk about just the impact he brings on the field and what he can add to the Alabama defense this year?
Yeah, man, I love Keon to death. Man's a fighter. Coming back off injury, man, looks really good. I'm excited about everything that me and him are going to do this season. But his season got cut short last year, and he's going to want to make up for that. And so he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder, and I'm ready to play with him. So.
How did he help you even while he was down? And how much was he in your ear about just maybe ways that you guys could bounce off of each other in order to both improve even while he was still on the show?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's just the connection that our position room that we have, and we all know that each one of us are going to ask questions to each other. Because I mean, I may get one look, Keon may not get the same look, so we kind of are always talking back and forth on what looks we're getting. He'll come on the sideline and say, "Hey, what'd you see?" I'll come on the sideline and say, "Hey, what did you see?" So that's something that I think is really important in our room, and I mean, honestly, to build the unit like we have, you got to have guys that are tight. And but I mean, while I was playing and while Keon was hurt, I mean, it was always he was telling me, like I said, stuff, maybe I wasn't seeing, or just little hints of what I could do better in coverage or in my zone, whatever it is, little tips on plays that they're running, formations. Hey, they're going to do this out of this formation. Hey, they're going to do that out of this. And I mean, I can't thank him enough for that. But then also, last year too, having a guy like Malachi Moore, that I mean, that guy had played for a couple years here, and so he knew a lot of football too. So the help with them too, it meant a lot to me, and they helped me a lot. So.
How much did the game speed up for you last year when you were pushed into the situation that you were and kind of being one of the last lines of defense after one of the key players was injured? What was that process like, and how do you feel that you've improved from the middle side of the game after experience?
Yeah, I think part of it is the big mental part, like you said, and that's something that you kind of have to just take a deep breath. I mean, the game. I mean, of course, it's going to be a fast-paced game, anyways. But you can't let it overwhelm you, and you got to. It's hard. It's honestly hard to not get overwhelmed out there when, say, you're playing in a crowd or you're playing on the road. Even sometimes at home when the crowd's super loud, trying to communicate like that, you just got to know your stuff. Make sure that you guys are communicating to each other across the board. But I mean, I think the way that I prepared, just week in, week out, like I was a starter every week, was something that helped me a lot. So I stayed always taking notes, always watching film, and that's something that's very important to me, is making sure that I was ready when my time was come, and I was ready when they called my number.
We talked to Keon the other day, and he said it was expected for you to do what you did. What does that speak to the level of confidence that you guys have in each other in that room, and the confidence that maybe he's instilled in the rest of you?
But yeah, I mean, I think that means a lot. Like I said earlier, just the connection that all of us have in our safety room and even in the corner room is something like no other. And so that's it's huge when you're playing in games, because you got to be able to trust, and trust is the biggest thing that you got to have between everybody. And I think our room is just something that, I mean, it's almost like an unbreakable room just because of how tight we are. And we're always helping each other, making sure that, we're on the same page with this call. If somebody is, having trouble on a call in practice or something, we're going to help them out because we got to be there for them like he was there for me when I wasn't playing. Now, like younger guys, I'm mentoring them on stuff that I've known or stuff that I know and stuff I've seen in games and stuff like that. So
What do you want to do with your play this year to show that trust is going to pay off?
yeah, I mean, I think I want to create more takeaways, and we all want to create more takeaways. And I want to lead the country in whatever I can, whether it's takeaways, interceptions, forced fumbles, whatever it is. I want to lead the country. But at the end of the day, it's a team game, and I want myself to succeed, but also want the guys around me to succeed also.
Bray, how much more connected is this team than it was a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, I think the stuff that we go through in the offseason with each other is something that just brings us all together. We're constantly, going through, say, our fourth quarter program. We're going through all the lifts in the summer, and that just brings you in because it's all you got. You don't have anybody else. Nobody's coming in. Nobody's leaving. Stuff like that. Everybody has to come together, and so I think that's really important. And being a close team like we are, just like I said, going through everything is, I mean, it's important to me. It's important to the coaches, and we've talked about it, being unbreakable, and that's one thing that we go by is being unbreakable. Just literally, whatever we go through during games, we got to have that want to know mindset because, whether it's a bad play happens, we got to know, hey, the next play is the most important play, and yeah.
After some of the losses you suffered last year, how hungry is this football team to get it back on track?
Oh, very hungry. We got to learn from them, and some of the mistakes that we made, we put it on ourselves. But at the end of the day, you got to learn from it. You always got to learn from your losses. But this team is very hungry, and I'm excited.
Bray Hubbard.
What's up?
Question for you. Number one, why did you cut your hair?
What you mean? Why'd I cut my hair?
I thought it was longer last year.
It may have been. It may have been. You know how it goes. I usually only trust my guy back home to, cut my hair sometimes. You know how it is. You know how it is.
I do. I
Yeah.
Two barbers, so I get you, dog.
That's it. But I have found somebody in Tuscaloosa that has cut my hair the way I like it. So
I kind of liked it out the. Are you gonna have it to where it's hanging out?
yeah, I'll probably grow it out a little more.
Because I like that.
All right.
I like that. All right. So, Bray, number one, I don't think you'll find a bigger Bray Hubbard fan outside of your family and your mom than Roman Hubbard. So I want to talk about how you burst on the scene last year. I loved your anticipation, your physicality. I saw that before, but what was it like actually getting to showcase that, your ability, on the big stage in front of everybody?
Yeah, well, first of all, I appreciate it. But I mean, it felt great, honestly. I mean, it's a game like no other. Getting to go out there and be physical. I guess some people say there's not a lot of them out there that'll actually go out there and just be a headhunter, but that's my game. I like to play physical, and I like to do whatever it takes to help my team out. So,
could you maybe talk about the communication role that you're going to have this year, knowing that, I mean, they're going to be counting on you.
Yeah.
You're not just the guy that's filling in. You're
Yeah.
the guy now.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing we got to do is keep building depth across the board, and that starts with me communicating to, some of the guys that are my backups, like I was with Keon. I was Keon's backup, so he was communicating with me, and now we're up there together. We're always communicating with each other, but then at the same time, we're also communicating to the guys that are our backups, because we got to know that if something happens, they got to be ready too. And so that's something important. I said earlier, just the bond that we create between each other is something like no other. And we know that if I have a question, I can ask anybody in my room. If they have a question, they can ask me. And that's something that's really important to us, because at the end of the day, you got to be on the same page. In the back end, if you're not on the same page, it's not great. It's us in the end zone. And you don't want anybody in that end zone behind us. So, making sure that we're all on point with even the corners is something that's really important.
Now, tell me something like maybe you guys have learned after watching last year's film. Teams started to see how they could attack you guys. Double moves, out and up from the inside the three position, like South Carolina did, right? What are you guys taking in from like mistakes that were made last year
How are we going to make sure we don't see those same repeat mistakes this year?
Yeah, I think the first thing is just making sure that we're doing our job and not trying to force things. Sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, it's like the route's coming and you want to jump it, but you got to make sure that you're honed in on your details, which is really important. And honestly, I think sometimes we just shot ourselves in the foot, just trying to press. I try to tell even the young guys now that are trying to press plays, I'm like, look, if you just do your job, the plays will come to you. You just lock in. Don't try to do somebody else's job, because that's how bad things happen. And we don't want bad things to happen. We want to limit the explosives. And so, I mean, they were asking about, our losses last year. And I was like, you got to watch those games because you have to learn from the mistakes you made. And that's what's huge is, you have all this success, you have all this, but you got to learn from your mistakes. And really, Coach DeBoer always talks about having that 1-0 mindset. So even though, hey, you may have a bad play, you got to think about the next play. The most important play is the next play. And so that's something that we're always focused on is playing that next play. Don't let a touchdown put you down. And even whether it's on the offense, let a sack put the offense down, stuff like that. So.
No, man, I mean, I'm a former DB myself, so I got a very short-term memory. Like, I forget every stuff all the time. So knowing that, like, how are you handling it? Now that you're on the stage. Last year you were just a backup. Now you're on the stage, you're in front of the mic. How are you feeling? Like, how are you taking advantage of that? And tell me what's next for Bray Hubbard?
I mean, first of all, it's an honor to sit up here and be able to talk to y'all, and especially you. And, it's an honor to even talk to all of y'all. So, I don't even really have much to say about it. It's an honor. I'm still the same guy, just now people really get to talk to me and see what kind of person I am. And, I'm like this pretty much all the time, just a cool, relaxed guy. You can even ask some of the teammates. I'll get round up every now and then, but not really much has changed for me. Just, I'm ready for the season. It's here.
All right, what do you listen to pregame?
Country music.
Country music. What is it, bro country, or is it like old school country?
It just depends.
Okay, because you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sometimes Walk of Champions, it's kind of more like a Co Wetzel. I usually listen to Co Wetzel. He's kind of more like a rock country sort of deal. Okay. Then when I get on the field, it just depends. I don't know. I've always said, I don't need music to make me go crazy. I tell people sometimes, if y'all need music to get y'all ready for a game, y'all are crazy. I'm ready for a game as soon as Saturday hits, I'm like, all right, let's go. Yeah. I'm ready to play now as soon as I wake up. So.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, dude, I needed slow, calm music.
Just the Walk of Champions is the only time. But once I get in the locker room, I gotta be calm down. I'm usually just sitting in my locker, just chilling out.
That's the mind over safety right there. A lot of things going on.
A lot.
Great. Nice meeting you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hey, good luck, man.
Thank you.
Love watching you, bro.
Yes,
Can't
sir.
wait to see you, bro.
Appreciate you coming.
Sure.